How's it going? My name is Jay Siemens. I am a graduate from MCI. I graduated back in 2010, and that was probably the last time I did a chapel. When I was in grade 12, I remember doing a chapel. 10 years later, and Paul Peters asked me if I'd be willing to do a virtual chapel since you guys are all at home. This is actually easier for me because I have a chance to edit the footage. I'm a little more used to talking to the camera than crowds actually. So this should be good. Thank you guys. Today I want to talk about generosity. I think generosity is just a very tangible way to live out your faith. And I think as Christians, it's a way that you can connect with people and a way that you can share your faith without necessarily preaching to somebody, because sometimes that's not always the answer. And I think just living generously is a good way to live your life. So I'm gonna tell you guys a little story. I was sitting in the back of a camper van in the middle of Iceland with my buddy Cody Lowen, also an MCI alumni. And we're looking at these, we were out there taking pictures, hanging out, looking at these northern light shots and the incredible landscapes, and we had Wi-Fi on our phone. And I'm looking through messages, and people are messaging me, and they're like, hey, I'd love to buy some of these photos. I'm like, okay, cool. I hadn't done too much of that, really selling them. And in the same breath, I was looking through the news, and this is when the refugee crisis was going on with all the Syrian refugees coming to Canada and needing homes and all of this stuff. And I was like, man, I wish there was a way to help or a way to connect. And I kind of felt a nudging, and I think we feel those nudges a lot, and we might just pass them off and push them to the side, not think much of them. But this time I was just like, it kind of hit me hard, and I was like, okay, maybe there's something we can do with this. I was like, is there a way I could combine the prints and helping the refugees? So right away, so I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna email a printing press, and I'm gonna see if they would want to print some of these photos, and maybe we can sell them for a fundraiser. So I contacted Friesen's Printing in Altona, and I said, hey, I got this idea. Would you guys be interested in partnering and helping me with this calendar? And they said, yeah, let's do it. We're gonna cover all the printing costs, and 100% of the profits is gonna go to, 100% of the proceeds is gonna go to these families coming to our hometown of Altona. And right there, it was so cool to see things to snowball, and I think generosity can be contagious that way. I'm not trying to take credit, it was just an idea and I sent a message, but it just shows you that if you ever feel that nudge, and it can be something small, and it's like, what's the worst that happened? If I got shut down, I got shut down, but now I had Friesen's who is pumped to help with this cause. And yeah, anyways, enough about that. Calendars were good. We were able to raise a bunch of money, help some families, and that was like eye-opening, because that felt better than any project I've ever been a part of. Rather than shooting for any company, it was like being able to do that and to give back and to live my faith through my work it was very, very fulfilling. And I got a verse for you guys. Proverbs 3 verse 9, honor the Lord with your wealth, with the fistfuls of all your crops. And I think wealth can look in different ways, but guys, we're living in like this is the greatest time to be a human. We are so connected. Yes, we're going through tough times, but take that aside, things are so good. Can you imagine if we were going through all of this and we didn't have cameras, we didn't have Skype, we didn't have all this stuff? Things are still so good. And I think wealth can be so many different things. It doesn't need to be giving money. Obviously, giving money is something that we should do, but sometimes it's very difficult. Right now, I know for a lot of people, it's going to be a very tough time to give money, and that's why I think wealth and how it's used in the Bible sometimes too isn't just finances. I think wealth is your time, is your skills. So I've been able to help with photography sometimes, but if you're a chef and you're able to help with cooking for people or whatever it might be, there's so many different ways, and we all have our own unique skills and attributes. And I think that's a way to give. So here's my challenge for you guys. We all have a lot of time right now. Some of you might still be working, but just in general, we have a lot of time right now. And let's give the gift of encouragement. If there's someone that you haven't reached out to in a while, you want to send a message, send them a message, call them, just encourage them, because that can change someone's day, it can change someone's life, and it's just giving your time. Be generous. Maybe if you're feeling that nudge, if you're feeling nervous, take the chance, because there's a pretty good possibility that message you send is going to change their day, and it's going to snowball to the next person. Thank you for listening. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Hope you take the initiative, shoot someone a message, make a phone call, and you might change their day and you might start a snowball. Thanks, guys.